Okay, Long Island, we're in Laurel today, New York. We're still in the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 1. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. All right, so verse 1 is setting the scene, right? The day of Pentecost has come, and they're all in one place. Okay. In verse 2, and suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. Because remember before, they're in the upper room. There's 120 of them, right? And so I'm saying they're all together, and then suddenly a sound from heaven like a rushing mighty wind filled the house. Like, here we go, right? And in verse 3, and there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them. So, tongues is language, right? So, here comes all these diverse languages, right? And it sat upon them like as of fire, right? So, and in verse 4, and they were all filled with the Holy Ghost and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. All right, so if you can imagine this, a great sound from heaven like a mighty rushing wind comes through, and they all start speaking different languages, right? They weren't speaking jibber jabber, they were speaking actual languages. That's what tongues is a language. And then verse 5, and there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. He said every nation under heaven was there. So that means under every language that was there, every nation, there was people dwelling there in Jerusalem. These devout Jews from everywhere. In verse 6, now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. Right? Yeah, if you get it, it's amazing. Right, so be like some people going into the UN building, right? All of a sudden they just start speaking all these different languages. People will be like, "What's going on here? How do these guys know to speak all these languages?" So it was distinct. They recognized it was an actual language that they were speaking. They were speaking all languages from under heaven.